Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. I'm so excited that you tuned in today. Please share if you have not already. But the more the merrier. Happy New Year to all of those that weren't on Saturday. Happy New Year, and a blessed 2022 to you. It's hard to say that. You know how it is when you're typing. When the year first comes in, you keep typing the year before. But it is 2022, and we're all blessed to be here. So thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I believe it is better to train early rather than to fix later. Now, my theme for 2022 is all about actions. And I have a special guest on today, Miss Denise Dinkens, all the way from Dallas. How are you doing, Denise?
I am awesome. So glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, you know your words, your steps, your gestures, your posture, your facial expressions, your voice tone, what you write, and the movement of your eyes all speak volumes and are your actions. And what your actions say to others is crucial, because you can say one thing, but your whole demeanor shows something entirely different. So it can make a difference to what you are displaying to someone. So this month we're talking about is all about your actions. Tonight, Denise and I are going to share dreams do come true. So Denise, how about telling them all about yourself?
Denise Dinkens, as you said, from Dallas, Texas area. I am now so excited to say one of my dreams have come true. I am a life coach. I finished my certification in that. I have a background in training and customer service. I do it all, but I am so happy to be on the track that I am with helping people fulfill their dreams and their goals. I have family. I've done a lot of different things, ministry wise. Oh God, I think I can go a long way. But what I am most happy to announce that I am a child of God, here ready to work and offer my services and love and support to His people.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank, before we go on, I want to thank everyone that has joined us. Let's see, Agnes Copeland, DeMarcus Murphy, Virginia, D-Baby, Gail Templeton, Cedric Dinkens, Geneva, what is that, Brown? Apologize if I mispronounce your name. Henry Dinkens, Ricardo Miller, Dan Smith. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are super excited to have you with us today. Well, you know, again, I am talking about dreams. And what are dreams? Those are the desires that you have in your life that you want to do. Well, sometimes people call them their goals, their visions, whatever. But those dreams, and those dreams motivate you. They should motivate you, because you should be doing something that you want to do. So it may give you motivation. It may give you insight into having long-term vision. It may help you to manage your time better, or give you more self-confidence. However, you can't just say, you know, I want to do something. I have a dream and I want to do it. You have to manage the path on getting there. Just think about it. Martin Luther King, what did he say? He said he had a dream. He had a dream for equality for his children. He wanted them to be recognized by the color of their skin. Not by the color of their skin, I'm sorry, but by their character.
The content of their character.
Right? And so he didn't just say that, and then every Sunday he go in his pulpit and preach. What did he do? He peacefully went out and spread that word. He led peaceful marches, he boycotted, spread the word, and tried to show people that they were wrong and how to live right or whatever. But he took an action. He did something to make that dream come true. So, you know, thanks to him, we are so much further down the road than we were back in 1968, you know. So that's
Yes.
the same way with our dreams. You have to put in that work. You can't just say, this is what I want, and then, it all of a sudden appears,
Exactly.
So
So
whatever
true.
it is, you got to put in that work. Whether you want to be an
Mhm.
educator, Miss Denise just told us she wanted to be a coach, so she didn't just sit around and say, you know what, I want to be a coach, so I'm going to be a coach. What did she do? She put in the work. She did everything she needed to get that certification, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we talk about this month and make it plainer so that everyone can do what you need to do to see your dreams come to pass. And so today we are discussing dream, plan, act. All right. So Denise, do you think it is ever too early to let children know that dreams do come true?
When I read that question, I thought about how far back can I go when I think about a dream. And when you look at children, it's like an instinct. They dream all the time. So is it too early? No, never too early, no matter what the age, because it's something that God, I think, has just given us the ability to do. We are part of Him. Look at what He did. He created the heaven and the earth. He created us, and so we are part of the Creator, who's the biggest dreamer of all. And I remember being a young child. I tried to go back. How far back was it? I want to say at 6, maybe 7. I dreamed of being a teacher. Okay, that was my first dream. I wanted to teach because I love going to school. I love being around my teachers. And so, but it's a lot more than is it too late to let a child know, is make sure you can see them as dreamers. You know, you got to pay attention to them. I have a granddaughter, and I just give a little short story about her. She just fascinates me. She is a huge. She's just 6, but she's probably been dreaming since she was 3. But we have these conversations, and right now she wants to be a YouTuber. She wants her own YouTube channel. She wants to get out there and do the things that she's seeing because she watches these YouTube channels all the time. And so her mother and I, we talked about it, and her mom, she decided. So she got her own camera for Christmas to get her started on her dream, you know? And as we go down this conversation today, you'll see it's more. That's just the first thing, is to recognize it, but then it does. It has more to, you have more to do than just the dream part. So it's never too late to let a child know about dreams, enhance their dreams, support their dreams, but even talk about dreams, your dreams. See, they need to know we're dreamers too.
All
So
right.
this is for both children and adults. We all are dreamers. But what do we have to help us make those dreams come true?
Great. And I love that. Yeah. So I agree with you that it is never too early to start, uh, telling our children, our grandchildren, hey, asking them those questions. What is it your dream? What is it that you want to do in life? And, it helps because if they want to be something and it's not something that we have done generationally in our families, we might need to do some research ourselves, or
Mhm.
start saving early for something. Because I know I saw on the news, it's probably been about 8 or 9 months ago, but a lady was on, and her daughter was, I think she was about 6 or 7, but she is doing equestrian, with the horses and learning how to ride and jump and all of that. And she said,
Mhm.
I don't see anybody like me around there. It is expensive, but we need to. That's something that young people probably would like to do if they saw it more and talked about it more. So it's just never too early. So we can learn how to invest and do what we need to do on our parts to help them to make those dreams come true. And like
Can
your
I add
granddaughter.
something?
I'm
May I
sorry.
add something to that? May I add
Yes,
something to that before you go to the next question?
sure.
So while you were saying that about okay, my son, I always bring up him and what has happened. He was 7 when he watched, and he told the story to you, his sister drawing, and then he started doing what she was doing. It is true. Exposure can make things happen for kids, but you got to give them that exposure. And we just kind of I watched him. I paid attention. He didn't just do it that one time. He kept doing it and got better and better at it. And so I said, okay, do you? And I asked him the question, do you like drawing? Is it fun? And he said, yes. I said, would you like to go into a drawing class? He said, yes, mommy. And so from then on, he had been in art classes, and he's still in art classes as a sophomore in college right now.
Yeah, he does beautiful work. Right, right.
Thank
So
you.
that's a good example, very, very good example of, like you're saying, having that exposure, watching his sister do it. And, we have a lot of, most kids now, if they're not on a tablet, they have a phone, they know how to use them. So like your granddaughter saying that, and she in the next 2 years, if or less, she could be a millionaire. Look at Ryan. I know most adults that have kids know who Ryan is. Ryan started out small. They would buy him toys, and he would talk about his toys. And then he just kept building with that. Now he has his own brand, his toys at Walmart. He has a television show. So if Ryan can do it, all other kids can do it as well.
Exactly. That's interesting you said Ryan, because that's the first one she fell like in love with watching over and over and over. And then she moved to this other show where they're doing tricks. So she loves the tricks.
Okay. Yes, well, that is great. So, and if anyone else has any examples, please put them in the comments. I'm glad to share them. But, I do agree that we need to expose them to different things. But it's never too early. And it's never too late either. I mean,
No.
You may, have a dream. I think I've heard of a lady that she was 100 years old and she got her bachelor's degree, but that was something that she wanted to do. So she worked at it. It might have taken her a little bit longer because she probably started later, but that was a dream that she wanted to do for herself, and she did it. So
right.
We just have to put in the work.
Absolutely.
Right. Great. So, God has given us dreams and goals, purpose for our lives. Now, how are these gifts impacted by action or lack of action?
Great question. So I immediately go to what the Word of God says when I was thinking about this, and it says, "Faith without works is dead." So dreams, goals, and purposes without actions, they don't manifest. You cannot get somewhere if you don't put something behind it.
Right.
You can sit there and think about it all day long. I can say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want whatever it is. But if I don't do anything to get it, I'm just going to be wanting it, never going to receive it. And that goes into, you don't want to be that, what the words say, hope deferred makes the heart sick. So when you don't do something, you make yourself sick about your own dream, because it's sitting there festering and eating away at you because it has nothing to stand on. So actions is the foundations to get it going. One of the things I shared with my son about his, he had a moment where he was like, "Oh, do I really want to do this? Can I do this?" And I said, "Son, have you ever looked at how tall a skyscraper is? Now, do you know how deep they have to go down in the earth to make that skyscraper stand? And they have to do a lot of planning to get it up and running. And so that's what dreams do. It takes time. You may run into multiple challenges. but you don't stop putting action towards it. You keep going. Maybe an action you're trying to do to get it done is not the right one. So then you got to find another way. You got to find another avenue. So that's what I think about that. Actions definitely, the lack of it will keep your dream still. It becomes stagnant and you can't go anywhere. So you got to put a lot of action to it.
Yes, I agree. You have to put that action in it. I mean, there is no other way to get it done. You sit, because you can have two people and they both say that they want to be a doctor. Well, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor too. And you have the one where they sit in class and they're on their phone instead of paying attention in biology and chemistry and math. And then when they get in 12th grade, they don't have all the classes they need to immediately go into college in those classes that they need to be. They have to take some prerequisites first. And so they're steady moving. And so then you see someone else that had the same desire that you had, and they're just moving, and you're so far behind, then you get frustrated. And it's like, well, I don't want to do it anymore. So when you have that dream, that's why I guess it's so important that we start them out young, realizing, hey, do you have a dream? Is there something that you want to do? So that they can start working on it and not wait until, procrastinate and wait to the last minute.
Right. And I like also encouraging people, sometimes start with small dreams. Why a small dream? Something you can accomplish quick. And then when you do, it's instead of drilling the, oh, wow, I did it. I thought about it. I planned it out. I had my action and it came true. So what's an immediate goal or dream that you can come up with and then keep going? But have your big dream in front of you. But what are some small dreams and goals that you can accomplish along the way so that you can have some point of reference?
All right.
Sometimes even in our lives, there are many kids, they don't have people in their life that have been successful in pursuing dreams. So they don't know what it's like. They don't have that reference. So when you run across a person like that, to just say, oh, just go after the biggest thing you can ever, I want to be rich. Well, first, can you make your first $5?
All right.
Can you make them your next, then let's see if we can triple that and go on and on and on. And then before you know it, yeah, you'll have your millions, but you got to start somewhere.
And that's good because, the whole basis of it is to make sure that everybody understands that they have a dream and they can reach those dreams. So what you're saying as far as them taking maybe baby steps, that they don't have to get there all at once. They can take their time. It's not a race. Just like the tortoise and the hare. It's not a race to just get there as fast as I can, but as long as I make it,
Yeah.
So, yes.
And the reason I bring that is because we have a society where a lot of things are instant. And then that's where our young people thinking that that's how life needs to be. I need it quick. I need it right away. It takes some time.
All right.
Even God creating all that he created, he didn't create it in one day, which he could have.
All right.
But he took his time. He took some time to make it. So you just got to, know that it takes a steady pace to win the race.
All right, I like that. All right, y'all hear that? A steady pace to win the race. I like that. It's good stuff. All right, thoughts vary, and individuals should plan. However, it is the actions that make the world go around. So why is it essential for someone to plan before acting? Not just get out there and say, I'm going to buy a house, and next day they're out with the realtor.
Right. So going back to the skyscraper, an architect had to do that, right? Well, first it was in somebody's mind what they want to build and what they would like it to look like. And then they had to go and make blueprints. They had to put a plan together where this was going to be, where you're going to put that board or this, and the electricity and all of it. It took a lot of planning before that building could stand and shine. Just with anything. I'll just talk about myself, for instance. I am working on my PhD. Okay. And I know that I was given on the first day, here's your academic plan. These are the courses you would have to take and pass to get to the end of the road. So I've been taking classes for the last 3 years, still taking classes. I have 2 more years to go. So it's going to take me 5 years. And I knew that I could do this degree in 3 to 5 years. I've had some challenges. I've been sick. Uh, I've had some family issues, financial issues, but I'm still going to become Dr. Dinkens because I do see that as my dream, my goal, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. And with that, support has been important for me, having that support, and that's what we need to do for our young people is just continue to support them to understand that you're going to get there, even though you may be frustrated about some challenges that happen in life, but that's what life is. But keep going, but come up with some plans to even get around those times when things are, I've seen students get in school and they can't stay because they got to go get a job. Okay, what else can we do? What other plan can we come up with? What's plan B? Because you got to have an A, B, and sometimes a C and a D.
Right.
But just as long as you keep planning, you will get to your destination.
Oh, that's good. So everyone out there, please share this. This is some good information, some good basic principles to follow. So you have that dream or that goal, you can work on it. It doesn't have to be overnight success. You can take baby steps. You can take detours. I always talk about those detours and rough terrain. You can run into some things. Take it
Yeah.
from Miss Dinkens. You don't just stop because you run into those detours. You may have to pause. You may have to take another route, but you continue until you reach your dream. Because if it's your dream, not something you're doing because somebody else wants you to do it, but it's your dream or your purpose that God has given you, then you're going to want to work at it until you make it come to pass.
Exactly.
All right, Denise, how can one know what dreams or goals to pursue? There are so many things out there. You have so many people talking in your ear, see so many things on social media, TV. So how does one know what's for them?
I'm gonna tell you two things. The first thing, sometimes we have to really look at ourselves and see what am I good at. When you can really look at the mirror and say, what have I been good at forever long? Then you can probably look at what kind of goals or dreams you can develop with that natural gift. Okay. But then there's some people, they learn to love some things through experience. And my dreams, and so this is where my second part. I started out when I was 14. I was going to be a chemical engineer. That was my goal. That was my dream, right? The reason it was I was exposed to go to a program called MIT at Prairie View A&M University, and I was excited about it. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but I started taking some classes in chemistry. I didn't do too well. So I was a little discouraged. And then I don't know how it came about, but I went into a counselor's office and they gave me an assessment to take. So this is why I say it goes back to what is that innate ability? What's that natural gift? And I took the assessment and it says that I should be studying psychology. And that hit me. It resonated with me. And I'm going, psychology. Why is that more interesting to me than engineering? I had to sit back and look at what I had been doing for my small, young 17 years of life. For a long time, people would talk to me. It was easy. I gave advice at a young age because people came and asked it for, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed sitting there listening. I would let people just talk to me. And I was like, I'm in the wrong degree. And I changed my degree that year. And I'd gone 3 years at Prairie View, ready to become an engineer. But that wasn't my innate natural gifting. And so I started my journey. I got a bachelor's degree in sociology, minor in psychology, loved every bit of my studies. Graduated almost top of my class. I was number five with a magna cum laude degree. And then I had a detour in life. I did not get back to my master's degree until 15 years later. I got a master's degree in community counseling, and I thought I was going to move into becoming a licensed professional licensed counselor, but then I shift and I got a different position where I was kind of coaching people in their careers, and that this is where I am now. So that's why I became a coach. My dream has always been, from that time that I knew I was going to move towards psychology and the helping people. That's always been the, I guess you can say, the underlying dream or the main foundation dream. Is just to help people. And the way to do it is I like listening to your issues and your problems, and then let's talk about it and see how we can come to a solution. And so I'm solution focused. I said all that to say, pursue your passion, pursue what's in you naturally, and you'll probably love it even more because it's already a part of you.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, so if you're doing something that you want to do, that might be even one of your gifts, nurturing, so you be able to help people by listening, the communication. So it just flows, and it probably makes the process that much easier because like the coach tells us, if it's something that you have a passion about, you're gonna it's gonna move you better, faster. You'll be excited about it. Not gonna get tired doing it.
Yes, yes. You saying that remind me of the movie Sister Act 2, when Sister Clarence, Mary Clarence, had to talk to one of the students there who she was trying to get her to join the choir, and but she knew that she didn't have the support at home because her mother was like, no, you don't need to do singing. Singing is a dead end. And Mary Clarence said, if you wake up in the morning and all you think about doing is singing, then you a singer, girl. So to those out there listening, whatever you wake up thinking about, that's who you are. And go afterward. I mean, you can truly become what you want. You have to just go after it.
Right. And it's important as well that everybody, college is not for everybody. Some just don't want to attend college. They may not have the funds for college, but what they want to do in life may not require a college degree. They may want to be in plumbing, or a plumbing contractor, or welding, or something like that. Those are all good positions. So, that would be, well, everybody else going to college, my friends going, my parents want me to go, so I'm just going to go. So you go and you spend 3 years, 4 years, and that money getting a degree, and then you come out and you still don't have the skills to do what you want to do, because you want to do something that schooling didn't help you do. So that's why it's important to plan, sit down and communicate and talk about, this is when I wake up, this is what I want to do. I want to do welding. I don't want to sit in the office. I know that's what you want from me, but that's not what I want to do. I want to do something with my hands. That's what makes me wake up in the morning and makes me happy, gives me passion, because I can think that I can one day build a better ship, or whatever. That's your dream. Hey, make it happen.
Right. Yeah. That's what I tell my daughter, because she didn't go the track of, she tried, She wanted to go to college. I think she thought that that's what we expected of her. I constantly told us that it's what you want to be. It's what you want to become. And so took her a while, but she went and got a certification to be a massage therapist. And she's for a long time. Now we told her for years, you ought to do massage therapy. You know why? Because if she gave you a back massage, and she was doing this as a younger, her hands were incredible.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, I see something in you, but she had to see it in herself. And so she went for it, and she actually loves doing what she do. So I'm so proud of her. But she, as of August, has been a massage therapist, and so we're looking for her business to take off. But she's been helping people, and she wants to do something that nobody else has ever done, and I think it's going to be powerful. And that is, well, that she know of. She want to help children with ADHD through massaging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not something that you hear, is it?
No.
And so that's kind of her passion. And so I told her, go for it. You can get that
Right.
done.
Hey, that's what makes her happy when she wakes up in the morning.
Yes,
We'll be reading about her in a magazine in a couple of years. You know?
that's right. I'm looking forward to. I received that.
And that's what I'm talking about. You know, you got to go out there, get those dreams, make them plain, write them down, and do that work that you got to do to make it come true. Because dreams do come true.
Amen. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So once a person has a clear vision of their goals, all their dreams, what are some vital subsequent steps that they need in order to make sure that they have success?
Awesome questions. And there are a couple of things that I would say. One, find someone that is doing or have done what you want to do, and then get mentored by them. I've heard this for years. My husband, he's, in his mentoring and in my mentoring. If you want to get across a minefield, don't step in some new area. Step in the steps of the one that has made it across. Why make it so difficult for yourself? There are people out there. There's somebody doing what you want to do. It's a matter of just finding them, talking to people. And a lot of time when those who go to school, they'll find a mentor. Sometimes it's their professor or something of that nature. Another way to find them, volunteer. Volunteer to get that experience, to find your mentor that's doing some of the things that excite you, and learn from them. Don't be discouraged because of setbacks. So that's a mindset. Get educated. As you mentioned before, yes, you can go to college or you can go get a certification. Sometimes neither of those work. But your mind is powerful. Grab a book, get the subject, read all about it. And you're just as educated as the one that has gone and got the PhD. Because that's all it takes is those of us who are in school, we're reading, we're learning. And you can do that. You can do the same thing. Another thing, be careful who you're listening to, because association is powerful when it comes to influence. Sometimes someone can steer you off from your dreams and help you kill it if you listen to them. And so just got to watch who you're listening to and allowing to influence your life. We love people that are in our families or our friends, but sometimes they are negative, and you got to recognize that. Love them for who they are, but that don't mean you got to take their advice. Even if someone's saying you're not going to make it, you're not going to amount to anything, that's their opinion. It doesn't have to be your opinion.
Definitely. Definitely. All right. Well, those are some great tips. Find someone who is there, already doing what you want to do. You know, you see someone like, what's your daughter's name?
Amanda.
Amanda. So if I was Amanda's friend and I thought I wanted to be a massage therapist and I saw her doing it, you know, say, hi, Amanda, I've been watching you for a while and I noticed that you are a massage therapist. You like it? Oh, she probably said, oh, I love it. Would you mind if watch and observe maybe next time you have a customer, if the client doesn't mind? Because, I'm really interested, but I want to make sure that that's something I want to do. So, it might not be appropriate to watch as she is working with a client, but then she may say, well, I can't allow you to do that. But however, I would, take the time to sit with you and explain some things to you and show you how you can, get that one-on-one. Oh, well, thank you so much. So that is an excellent way to find out, because a lot of times we think we know what we might want to do, but we're not sure. So ask somebody to see, sometimes it has to be trial and error, because you may really, really think that that's what you want to do. That's like Denise said earlier, she thought she was going to go one way, but she went another path and she loves it. So it's okay, And then the other one was volunteer. A lot of people end up doing volunteer work. My granddaughter, she wanted to be a nurse. That's her desire, passion. She just really wants to be a nurse, and she's been at it for a while. And so she ended up working with the assistant program, and so she volunteered at a clinic. And they liked her technique and her personality, and they hired her right away. So she's been working there. At the end, she's getting ready to take her test to be certified, and she's going to go on to nursing because that's what she wants to do. But she didn't just sit around and say, "Well, if I can't be in nursing, I'm not going to do anything." So you got to do what you got to do if that's your passion, your dream. Right. Just think about all those people that did things over and over and over again until they reached what they wanted to reach. Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan wasn't a success overnight. He made it on one of his high school teams, but he kept putting in work and look at the result that he got. So that's another good one. And be careful, and that should have been at the top of the list. Be careful when you listen to others, because people can say that they're getting information and trying to help you. Some of them, first of all, don't know what they're talking about. Others are just negative, and they're just going to be negative regardless. And you don't want to meet those type people in your space. And that's one of the things that I teach on my platform is association. That's one of the main building materials. You have to be careful who you allow in your space, because negative people, if you allow them in your space long enough, they can tend to drop that negativity in on. So you don't want that. So be very, very careful. That's a good one. Yeah. All right, this is so good. This is good information. I hope y'all are taking good notes and pass them on to someone and have them others to go back and look at this video, because they can get a lot of great information. And again, we are talking about actions, because this year is all about actions. So in our lives are only 10% what happens, and 90% of how we react happens. So you think about that. So it's awfully important how you react to whatever it is. The words that you say out of your mouth, your facial expressions, your posture, you walking off from someone, you slamming the phone down on someone. Those are your actions. And people remember those longer than they remember those words. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. Well, yes, you did, because you did it. So you have to be careful. So Denise, can you give us like 5 tips on how our young men might control their actions in a positive way?
Yes, and I actually got some help on this. I reached out to my man, not a young man, but my husband. And we talked about it, and I was like, wow, these are some good things. So this is what I gleaned from in our conversation. He mentioned ask the what if question. So just like what you said before, what if you said something wrong in front of the wrong person? That person that's going to remember you, remember what you said, remember what you did, and now say you're standing in front of them for an interview. Yeah, that could cost you, because if you had not said those things, behaved in a manner that was not um, presentable, that's, you got to be careful, because it can cost you later. So just think about the consequences. Think about that. So, what kind of consequences? That's number two. Could happen if you behave a certain way that is not unbecoming of something that's moving towards something positive. A lot of kids, I don't know why, they don't mind using profanity in front of whoever. It does not bother them a bit. And we hear a lot of it. And I was like, why is that so easy for you to say and not just watch what your mouth is, what's coming out of your mouth? Because it hurts when you're using those kinds of things. It hurts. It hurts your soul. It hurts your spirit. It hurts people around you, and they do not forget. Okay. Then that's an immediate consequence. What about long-term consequences? Some of the things that I've seen also amongst our young men, being at the wrong place, the wrong time, and they wind up losing their life to prison for years. I saw that happen with many of my relatives, young men. They went in, and then the life later on, they couldn't pick themselves up because they were beaten by the system. I actually had and I'll just tell his story real quickly. He's kind of like my plate brother. We call each other brothers and sisters. And he lived a life of drugs, sold drugs, caught up with him at 18. He went to prison for 17 years. Just a lot of his young life gone, right? He comes out and he wants to do better. So he starts a business with his dad, and he's running, it's a car wash. He's got a family now, and all because of his success. But the people that he hung with back in the day or whatever, whoever it was, we don't know who it was. I don't remember who it was. Shot him in front of the house. He's gone. That was the long consequence, because the things that he was trying to get away from it, but he brought that to his life, and so some people do escape that, get away from it, return their lives around. I'm so grateful to hear about those kinds of testimonies, because some people have gone to prison and come out and done better. But just know that it's always there is a chance that you won't, depending on your actions, what you're doing. Will you regret it? Think about that. Is it something you will regret? And does it please God? I constantly think about, what am I doing that will please God? That keeps me on the path of doing what's good, putting good in the earth, positive, uplifting, motivating. Because it's easy to tear down. It's real easy. We can and it happens so quickly. But try building up. It takes more work, dedication, focus, but it's worth it in the end. Just please God in all that you do, all that you say. Not, you're not going to be perfect. I'm not saying anybody's perfect, but strive to do those things. Keep that as your inner motivation. And just remember about your name. It's going to have a reputation. Either it's going to be a good reputation or a bad reputation. I know you said 5, but I think that's about 6.
Okay. As many as you want to share.
Yeah, because your name, you want it to be known. You want it to be great, and it's all about what you say and do in life. That your name will be remembered. And so, in that, do you want to leave a legacy, and what is it going to be?
And I love that about the name. I'm glad you added that one in because, as when you get older, and I always talk about credibility and your reputation. When you get older, you've been around for a while. They may know, oh, Miss Smith down the street. Oh, yeah, she's a nice lady. She did, I don't know, she cursed out the mailman. They might forgive me, in a couple months or whatever, because they know me for a while. They feel like that's out of character. But if you're a young person and nobody knows anything about you, all they know is your name. So when you mess up your name, you're hanging around with the wrong person, you get in the car with them, they're up to no good, but I'm just riding, and they go and rob someone or kill someone. You're going down too. You don't get excused.
Exactly.
Then your name. And no matter if you were a student that had a 4.0, you were president of your class, you volunteered down at the homeless shelter, all they're going to remember, oh, Joe, that's the one that was up with them and they killed that man. That's all they're going to remember.
Right.
So you have to protect your name. No one else is going to do that for you.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. This has been good. And it sounds like it was a little heavy, but I know we're talking about dreams do come true. But you have to do the work, and I feel like a young man, you're starting out, and you know that you gotta be one step ahead. So I have to talk. These are some things I think that you really need to know. What you need to do to make those dreams come true. You can do it. You have the skills, ability, the intelligence. There are people assigned to help you, but you have to know that you have to do the work. And what are some of the things that can keep you from being successful at reaching your goals? So, again, I hope it wasn't too heavy, but I just think that if you don't know, if you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So Denise, in closing, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
I want to thank you again. Is it Deborah?
Deborah.
Or Deborah?
Deborah.
Just Deborah. Okay. But I like the way you have it spelled. It's really, really precious. And so, Deborah, this has been a wonderful subject. It's one that I think we can talk about over and over and over, because when it comes to dreaming, setting goals, and then seeing them happen, it's more on the other end where we're not having them to come true because of so many things in life then coming true. So to continue to motivate, to continue to support, is one thing that all of us need to do. And I want to empower the young people. Do that for each other. Empower your friends. Empower your homies, and as they call them, my son said all the time, my homeboy, my homegirl. What are you doing to support them in their dreams? Ask them, well, what do you want to do when you grow up? I asked that question even to my adults, that when I was doing training in classes where job readiness, and they have lost their jobs and they're looking for a job, I still say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because we're still growing. We're always going to keep growing, and we change at different phases in life.
Yes.
You may you know, because even when you look at the career of a basketball player, it's not a long, like 30, 40 years. Their body can only take so much pressure where, you know, 17 to 20 years. That's it, you know. And then they go off to do other things. So then we see them come up with new dreams. They become big businessmen. Look at Magic. Look at Shaq. Oh my God. When I look at all the businesses that Shaq owned, I was like, whoa, this man is gigantic. And this is way after his basketball career. So
Right.
we're always growing. So this subject can continue. And I say, let it continue to be talked about. And again, I appreciate you for having me on this platform. And guys, dream big, get some support, and let's see it happen.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I look forward to
Pleasure.
having Henry on and Miss Pastor Dinkens.
Mhm.
So I am looking forward to that. I really appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure.
My first guest of 2022.
Yay! We did it. We kicked it off great.
Yes. And congratulations again to you on your certification and good luck to you
Thank you.
working on your PhD. I know you will get it done in your time. Keep going, girl. Keep going.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it.
Yes. Great job. Thank you. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Build Your Best Life. Please join us Thursday, January 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we talk about a head full of dreams. A head full of dreams. And as your life is what you make of it. So follow my principles and begin to build your best life. Not tomorrow, not next month or next year, but now. It's important to start now. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe out there. Please stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again, Denise. Be blessed.